there you are. Come and listen to my story about Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Amanda who lived in a village near the forest. Whenever she went out, the little girl wore a red riding cloak, so everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One morning, her mother called her. "Oh dear, your grandmother is not feeling well. Homemade soup will make her feel better. So go straight to your granny's house and be careful, as woods are dangerous." "Don't worry, Mother," said Little Red Riding Hood. "I'll be very careful." But when Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the woods, she forgot her promise to her mother. She picked a few here, there, and there. Then a woodcutter saw her. "What are you doing here, my dear?" the woodcutter asked. "I'm picking some flowers for Granny." "Be careful and go ahead to your grandmother's house." Little Red Riding Hood was enjoying the warm summer day so much that she didn't notice a dark shadow approaching out of the forest behind her. Suddenly, the wolf appeared beside her.
"What are you doing out here, my dear?"
the wolf asked in a friendly voice imitating the woodcutter. "I'm on my way to see my grandma, who lives through the forest near the brook," Little Red Riding Hood replied. Then she realized how late she was and quickly excused herself, rushing down the path to her grandma's house. The wolf, in the meantime, took a shortcut. The wolf, a little out of breath from running, arrived at Grandma's and knocked lightly at the door. "Oh, thank goodness, dear. Come in, come in. I was worried sick that something had happened to you in the forest," said Grandma, thinking the knock was her granddaughter. The wolf let himself in. Poor Granny didn't have time to say another word before the wolf gobbled her up. The wolf let out a satisfied burp, and then poked through Granny's wardrobe to find a nightgown that he liked. He added a frilly sleeping cap, and for good measure, dabbed some of Granny's perfume behind his pointy ears. A few minutes later, Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. The wolf jumped into bed and pulled the covers over his nose.
"Who is it?"
he called in a crackly voice. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood."
"Oh, how lovely! Do come in, my dear,"
croaked the wolf. When Little Red Riding Hood entered the little cottage, she could scarcely recognize her grandmother. "Grandmother, your voice sounds so odd. Is something the matter?" she asked.
"Oh, I just have a touch of cold,"
squeaked the wolf, adding a cough at the end to prove the point. "But grandmother, what big ears you have!" said Little Red Riding Hood as she edged closer to the bed.
"The better to hear you with, my dear,"
replied the wolf. "Goodness, what big eyes you have!"
"The better to see you with,"
replied the wolf. "What a big mouth you have!"
"The better to eat you with,"
roared the wolf, and he leapt out of the bed and ate her and fell asleep. A hunter who was passing by heard a very loud snore, so he opened the window and saw the wolf snoring loudly on the bed. He then shot and killed the wolf. He opened the wolf's belly and saw Amanda and her granny safe and sound. So, did you like it? What have you learned today?
Hi, thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you!